Don't birthdays in your 30s just gonna blow.
I did. I went to work. I came home.
There's nothing to it.
Watered my lawn, ate some food, started drinking. That's all it is. It's just another day. You're just closer to death.
Have you no, I turned this corner a long time ago, but have you turned the corner where watering your lawn with a beer in your hand is one of the most enjoyable parts of a day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to coming home and watering my lawn today. When you drive, do you like sometimes look at a nice like grass, like someone's lawn and be like, man, that's a fucking nice lawn?
Yeah, but here's where I draw the conclusion. I actually firmly decided this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was mowing my back lawn. It's a 45-degree pitch.
I was gonna say, your mountain back there?
Yeah, I have a tough lawn duty. And this isn't why I think this way. I've just decided this is the way I'm going to be for the rest of my lawns for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck if it's perfect grass. I just want a green.
Yeah.
I just want a green and the same length. That's it. Like manicured and green. I don't care if it's clovers, crabgrass, or bullshit.
You don't do the diagonal shit, do you?
Fuck
when you mow?
No,
Dude, no, I don't go that far either.
My lawn. If I get through it, like I've I've had a heat stroke twice on the show already, just from playing basketball outside. If I can mow my lawn and not keel over, that's a success. You want me to fucking be artistic about it?
No, that's what happened with mine. It was brown spots. It was just dying because it was getting too much sun. Tore it all up. Now I'm just like watering it, watching it grow. It's beautiful.
I've actually never done the tear up, but I've never had to. I've never had to tear it all up and
no, we had to. They had plants here that just died.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, yay. The queen is here. Rise, peasants.
He has arrived for one of his 2 shows. God forbid he will never do 3.
3's too many.
Oh God.
My God!
Oh, what are you is this?
Is this why we haven't seen you in a week? Are you in jail?
He's been cleaning out the dungeon.
Cleaning out the dungeon, baby.
You sound like shit.
You look like shit. You were blending into the fucking concrete wall behind you with your pasty skin and your white t-shirt.
The man's gonna come on and be like, nope. I don't want to end up there.
It's fine with me.
Maybe we can do a Scared Straight special with Amanda here.
Yeah.
Bill, tell us what prison is like and why we should never end up there.
Oh shit!
You really do sound like shit, though.
The funny thing is, he could tell us. Okay, here we go. Ready?
No. Yep.
Get your boner out, Ray.
Bill, good questions again, by the way.
I didn't even know who we were fucking interviewing.
Unbelievable. No. Oh, good audio. Hello?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
Bad,
how are you?
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Whoa, look at those jerseys.
Oh, thank you.
Full setup. I feel so boring. Sorry.
Oh, just look at Bill. Don't worry.
We just spent 5 minutes destroying, I don't know where he is on your screen, but the guy that looks like he's in jail, him sitting in front of a concrete basement. So you're okay.
Oh, this is what I got. This is what I got tonight. All right? Deal with it. Okay? All right.
And I'll just say, this is the second guest in a row that's immediately been nice to Ray. And Ray is obviously in
I love it.
a lot of jerseys.
I love
and
it.
It's not how we normally do things, Amanda. So that's, just a heads up.
Well, listen, I appreciate you guys having me on here. Oh, can you guys hear me and see me okay?
Yeah, you're good. We're good. We'll go ahead and get started here. So welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show. Thank you for joining us, Amanda, Vance. I don't even know, gambling aficionado, model, NFL reporter, a lot of things going on. We want to get into all of it, but welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun.
Are you still currently right now as we record? You're in Florida.
Yes, I am. It's terrible out. It's been disgusting all week. It's like pouring and it's like been a hurricane. It's so depressing.
What part of Florida?
I'm in South Florida, but it's like Ohio right now. It hasn't stopped raining for like 2 weeks and everybody's depressed. Sorry,
wow.
You are from
they're kind of the same.
I mean, subtle burn on Ohio. the rating's not that bad. Southern Florida, you have to take it in while you can get it because that won't be there for that much longer. I was just going to ask how many things are actually on fire around you, because I have the envision that Florida is constantly, people are just lighting shit on fire or driving cars into each other. It's a chaotic mess down there.
It is a chaotic mess, and the sports culture sucks. Like, people would rather do everything but watch sports down here. So I don't know why I still live here, but I guess it's the weather the other 99% of the time. But
all the snowbirds down there, they got no.
Oh yeah, everybody's coming and making our prices of everything go up. It's crazy. Everybody from New York and LA, they're leaving though. Everything's opening up and the weather's getting nicer where they live, so they're clearing.
People from New York and LA are assholes.
Yeah, but people from Boston like us are just genuine salt of the earth folk.
Oh no, so you're all Boston guys?
That's not a good way to start.
Who put me on this podcast? Who did this?
Oh, we can find the name if you'd like. We can burn that guy. We can burn that bridge real quick. Actually, so Amanda, the reason we wanted to talk to you obviously is everything, but as you can see, we're very casual here. So wherever the conversation goes, we'll just let it go. We are all Boston, or grew up in New Hampshire, actually, New England fans, which is actually more salt of the earth in terms of Boston sports.
Okay.
The Boston people, yeah, they're kind of the LA people. They're assholes too.
Yep.
So you're talking to the real deal here, which we can get into. But first, I want to jump right into bookies.com and Bookies Edge, the newest stuff you got going on. We've been so we are Barstool fans. We've been a fan of yours for a long time and kind of been following a little bit along with your career and how it's gone. So we want to know all about the new sports gambling stuff that you're into with bookies.com, Bookies Edge. So the floor is yours here for a minute too. Just kind of let us know what we have going on, and then we'll jump into everything, all the crazy shit we got to talk about. Go ahead.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, I grew up in South Florida. When I graduated high school, I was a Dolphins cheerleader for a couple of years, and that was fun. Best seats in the house. But like I said, sports culture sucked. I was raised by a crazy Midwestern. My grandpa had a gambling addiction, so I was just raised to watch every sport. I mean, my dad growing up even had the baseball package. I mean, everything. He'd make me wake him up when Jeff Gordon would pass the screen. I'd sit there and watch NASCAR from the age of like 5. So that's how I just got into it from my family. And then, yeah, I started posting about it, having a lot of fun, beefing around with people. I'm a huge Steelers fan, as you guys probably know. So the culture around that and just everybody online has been so fun. And gambling, I found out very quickly, is where number one, all the money is, and number two, it's becoming legalized so quickly and everybody wants to be involved. And even if people don't like sports, over COVID at least, they just wanted something to do, so they would gamble. And that's when I really found it something I wanted to move forward with. And then I started working with bookies, and bookies, they're awesome. They're it's all legal gambling, what they do. And I think that's what I was looking for, because there's so many offshore illegal sites that rip people off. And I was working for a site like that prior to bookies, and they're like, why didn't I get my money? You said a $200 bonus. I didn't get it. I was like, shit, like, I don't want to be affiliated with anything not legal. And that's why bookies is awesome, because they have everybody's best interest with gambling. They try to like help bettors bet better is like their slogan. So that's why it's been nice working with them, because, they work with FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, everybody who is, not trying to rip you off. It's all legal.
Yeah. For sure.
At least those offshore accounts, so you can skirt the government taxes on that, bringing that money.
Well, it's becoming legalized everywhere too. So it's like those people aren't going to want to work with those companies in a couple of years. They're going to want to work with the legal sites because, they can.
Yeah. Well, if there's a theme here, Bill's corner around gambling and anything legal / unlegal, Bill's going to land on one side of the fence, and the rest of us will probably land on the other side of the fence.
It's okay. I live in Florida and I gamble. So.
Yeah, you actually are on the other side of the other fence, which no one likes to talk about, which is fine. But I think you kind of nailed it in terms of like sports gambling. It's something that's been around for a really long time. We've all been a part of it forever, but it's kind of been that like hush hush, a little bit dirty. No one really wants to talk about it. And now that it's becoming mainstream and becoming legalized everywhere, super smart to like, attach your brand and attach your career to it. with a company like this that can take it places.
And gambling, it's where the money is, and everybody does it. And I'm a big NFL girl, so going into, I started working with bookies in March. I was like, guys, I mean, I think people watch other sports, but NFL is like where my following is. But it was crazy how many more people I'd say were into March Madness and everything else than even the NFL. Like people will gamble on literally whatever, even the horse races. I'm like mind blown.
Yeah.
So
a lot of money gambling on horse racing.
Yeah, there's
that's how I started gambling. Dog racing and horse racing.
Dog racing for me, yeah, Seabrook.
Bill started in 1964.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
As a woman, was it hard for you to gain respect in the gambling world, or did you have to prove yourself a little bit before you got, where you are now?
Good question. Yeah, I have thick skin. I mean, I still get every day people like, you don't know what you're talking about. But honestly, kind of most of the time, I just like busting people's balls. Like I put out my predictions for the AFC North the other day, and I put the Steelers winning, obviously most wins, just to see people like lose their shit. People think.
Can I stop you real quick? Yeah. I also saw your latest TikTok where you have your Super Bowl prediction, who wins. You had the Steelers winning it.
That was an easy way to make an ad for the company I was with.
Okay.
Who's got a worse shoulder, Cam Newton?
Every time we'll get into the Steelers in a minute, but every time I do that, I get a rise out of people. But yeah, being a girl, I don't think it really, to be honest, I don't think it really makes a huge difference. I think you either know your shit or you don't, and you either lose people money and you gain respect, or you don't. So yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of cool doing it as a girl. I mean, yeah. I know some other women who do it too. I listen, people will find a way to get mad at you in the industry no matter what. So I've just learned to not really care.
Yeah. You always bet the Steelers? Always?
Yeah. But like if you're dumb enough to take, my Steelers bets, like that's on you. And that's what I tell people. I'm like, I bet with my heart. And it actually helped me like most of the season. I'm not an idiot with the spread. Like when the Steelers went to Dallas this year and Dallas had like their third string quarterback in, I know Mike Tomlin on the road against shitty teams. I was like, straight up, do not take the Steelers against the spread today. We're going to win, but take Dallas. I'm not like that, but yeah, I think we're going to win every fucking game. Of course.
You have to. It's so funny. And the Steelers are such a good fan base to like, to make this point about, and obviously as Patriots fans, like there are certain fan bases, like you can't quit it. And it doesn't matter. Like betting against the Patriots would be just, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. But you are a degenerate without a soul.
Hey, it's money.
I get it. Whatever. I had another question for Amanda, and it revolved around being a woman in the industry, because I've watched some of your like on the street kind of stuff too. And I always think, and maybe this is just going to be terribly sexist, probably, sorry. As a good-looking female walking up to like guys talking about sports, you're like in. There's no roadblock there, right? Like you're absolutely in. If like three hairy dudes like us rolling, like fuck off, like go away.
Yeah. Well, I also do think it helps because, like, no offense, if one of you guys were in a Steelers shirt at a Bills game and you walked up to a bunch of Bills fans with a microphone, they'd be like, "The fuck?" But they want to
beat
talk
the shit out of us.
They're willing to talk to me and banter, so I do think it helps in a way too. Of course.
Yeah. So, but you know that
they don't know I'm going to ask them a question about the NBA. I walk up to them with the microphone and they're caught off guard. But I catch a lot of guys too that don't know their
nobody knows their shit. I watched a couple of your videos and like some guys are wearing like
top down here. I tell
those what we call pink hats.
Yep, pink hats.
In Florida, I think you have it right too. In Florida, like there's just not a lot of good sports. Like if you were walking around, I feel like let's take it back to Boston. But if you were walking around Boston and has a Boston questions, they'd have opinions for you out the ears. And you turned from like cute girl talking to me to enemy real fast. Like
I did it in Pittsburgh this year after a Browns game. I did it in Tampa before the Super Bowl, and it was tricky last year due to COVID, but I'm gonna travel a lot more this year and get a variety of people. Let's put it that way.
We'll be in Carolina for the Patriots game if you're in the area.
Yep.
And down here, well, you're saying in Miami?
No, we're going to Carolina Patriots.
Oh, you're going
9, yeah.
Feel free to travel
you guys
up
come
there
down
if you
here
want.
every year too.
Oh, done. Just name the time. What's the worst bet you've ever lost? Let me give you an example. So last year we had a early line show. You know, we were gambling spreads, and I lost, and I had to wax myself from my chin down to my taint on camera, and it was the worst experience of my life. Do you have anything like that? You did, Bill. You did.
That's a good one. So here's the thing. Nothing crazy like that, like maybe drink some ranch or something stupid, but I do have some, or like money bets. I love betting money, which is not good. But this year in play right now, I have a crazy bet with somebody where, for me, it's crazy. The guy Juju lost him like all this money this year in fantasy with like the dance the day that he fumbled against the Bengals.
Yep.
So he hates that guy with a burning passion, and he has to do the Juju dance, like put it on his Instagram, which isn't that bad, but he doesn't dance. I have to go to a Steelers game in a Browns jersey. And that one will kill me. And it's who has the better record, Browns or Steelers. So that one is.
That's a good one.
You should buy your clothes now, so they're cheaper.
Off the top of my head, that's what will be the worst, but it hasn't happened yet. We'll see.
That'll be tough. The Steelers fans are, they'll certainly let you hear it.
Just my like pride. That would be just.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting how far.
Were you drinking when you made this bet? Because I've made some pretty stupid bets when I've been drinking.
I don't think it's stupid. I feel good about it. I feel really good about it.
The best bet that we've got Bill to take part of, which he still denies to this day, but is on camera and it's true, is he has to get a tattoo of Tuukka Rask if the Bruins ever win a Stanley Cup with Tuukka Rask in goal. Here's the kicker: it has to be on his butthole. So that's a tough one.
So you got to be a Bruins fan now.
You guys fantasy football?
Oh yeah,
I do fantasy.
You guys do like terrible. I've never lost. I've never been in last place.
2-2.
Knock on wood. But I had a crazy one last year. The loser had to shave their eyebrows and take a new license picture, and your eyebrows don't grow back.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like
write that down.
Eyebrows,
no, I'm not writing this down because I'm going to be the one losing. No.
Put it in the ledger.
I like that one.
Yeah,
that one's really good.
Baseball kind of guy.
Yeah. How much research goes into your picks? So, for instance, I said Sox and Royals tomorrow. What do you look at, and what goes into all your gambling picks?
So it depends. I do look at numbers. I do look at analytics. I look at previous games. I look at injuries. I do everything that everybody else does. But for me, that's why I don't give out too many baseball picks. I like to bet on what I know as far as coaching, where players came from, chemistry. So I like to look a little bit deeper into it and go off of relationships. And that's why I love the NFL so much, because I don't need to know who, the Raiders, who's in. Right now, I could just tell you, if you give me two NFL teams, who's
Patriots, Dolphins.
Well, the Dolphins. Sorry, guys. But
come on!
Wow,
you had 7 interceptions the other day against his own team.
Listen, that one is situational. If you guys start getting cocky and throw Jones in there early and pull a Stidham and ruin his confidence, and nobody knows who's quarterback, that one's a little situational. But I like to go off of more than just the numbers, if that makes sense. Like I look at the Islanders and the Lightning, and I'm looking at more than just how many goals did they score last game. I look at their overall season and the fact that 2 guys came off of an injury and they've been playing great and they might be getting tired about now. I look at more than just the numbers, if that makes sense.
Did you only pick the Dolphins right there because you used to be a cheerleader for them?
No, and I actually grew up hating the Dolphins. My dad raised me to hate all Florida.
God bless you and your father.
I still don't love them. I think Tua sucks. I don't think he's a NFL quarterback. I think plays like a college quarterback. He waits for guys to get open like he did at Bama, and he's like 17 for 22, 70 yards. I don't think he's a college quarterback.
Oh, he's Cam Newton, but he's a better version of Cam Newton. Do you ever think about being a cheerleader for a team that actually wins something, or no?
No, because we get to wear cute outfits down here and it's like hot outside, but I would never go up north and wear like jackets. And
I was gonna.
So you wouldn't be a Steelers cheerleader then?
They don't have
them because they don't need them. There are like 16.
Oh, sorry.
Don't have them. Steelers are. Everybody says, "Why don't you cheer for the Steelers?" They don't have them.
They can't afford them. Actually, I did want.
Yeah.
I know
Right
that
now.
I know that cheerleaders get paid shit. It's like one of the hardest jobs
Oh,
to have.
yeah.
Like as an
Is it like $50 a game or some bullshit like that?
It's
Can you give
bullshit.
actually, Amanda? Can you like
it's like-
give us a little bit of insight into the NFL cheerleader experience? So you came out of it high school.
I'd love to.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you get into that? Like, is that like where does your career choice land in that, or is that just something that an opportunity popped up and you're like, fuck yeah, like I'll do that?
So I grew up a dancer, like dancing, ballet, hip hop, all that stuff. It's not NFL cheerleading. It's actually, some teams are different than others. Like some have boys and have like do flips and shit. We didn't do that. It was like dance. You just had pom poms, and I wanted to continue dancing after, and one of my friends were doing it, and I was like, all right. I didn't think I'd make it, but I did, and ended up like changing my life. So that was awesome. It's very much like you can't talk to the players or anything like that. You're not allowed to talk to any of the players. The pay is shit. Literally, they make like
Yeah.
10 grand a year. It's a college job. Like a lot of girls on the team were lawyers. Some of them were actually lawyers, like nurses, teachers. So that wasn't their only form of income. It was more passion because they like to dance and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everything you hear is pretty much.
So did you get like any reciprocal of like the NFL lifestyle? I mean, don't talk to players, bullshit. Did you get like any of that? Like you were part of this big multi-million-dollar corporation, or was it just like
cool part that
those
you
are
get
the
to
cheerleaders?
say you're a cheerleader? Like you get to say I was a Dolphins cheerleader, and which is awesome. And I mean, if they won a Super Bowl, I think you got a ring.
Nice.
And they actually made the playoffs my second season, and the first game they went to Pittsburgh, and that I was
I quit.
Fuck it, it's time to retire. And I did.
That's great.
Anything weird ever happened? So you heard like the Redskins, they kind of hoard all their cheerleaders out to all the boosters. Anything weird shit like that happen to you?
I mean, no, there was no weird. They did a really good job with us, but when I stopped, there were lawsuits about some of the girls actually, and I feel like there was so many lawsuits for a while there with cheerleaders around the league, like not being paid as much as like a mascot and all. I'm like, and I was a cheerleader, but I'm like, you guys are not. They're there for the football game. Like you're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I see it, especially with COVID. They didn't have cheerleaders last year. I think it's on the downfall, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But just because, it's money. Everything's about money. Would you rather fire the cheerleaders and the mascot and a couple entertainment things and give away 2 picks and pay Rodgers to come to your team? I mean, like, what's important?
100%.
My opinion.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about the bottom line and the culture that is created, and the people at the bottom are always taking advantage of one way or another. So
Dolphins are very family oriented, the organization. Florida teams are. They're not. It's not like New York or Buffalo or even Boston, where you go up there and people are fighting and drinking and jumping on tables. It's very family oriented down here because number one, they only sell 20% of the seats. And being a cheerleader, it was hell. We were literally cheering with no fan. It was all the other team every time. So it's very family oriented. And
is that because they all are with each other's cousins, or is it more of just a lack of fans thing? You don't have to answer that. That's fine. I wanted to shift gears back into your career and how you were kind of moving. So from cheerleader to Instagram, celebrity. You got 500,000 followers on Instagram and Tik Tok. Yeah, just brush your shoulders.
How much money does that make money?
Yeah, being an influencer, it's my full time. I mean, not if you're just sitting there posting pictures of your bot. Like,
do you feel like? Can you give us an insight into that world?
How does this work?
Like, I went into the sports field because, especially online, because I wanted to be looked at as more than just a girl posting hot photos online. I wanted some substance. I wanted a career. I wanted to be brought home to my man's mom. Like, I wanted a career out of it. So I think going in a direction, if you have a following, is like a specific direction, either it's fitness or, sports or whatever it is. I think that's how you make money, because then companies will want to work with you. But yeah, I mean, if I didn't do sports, before I did, I worked with like a watch company and the energy drinks. And yeah, I mean, people make a full-time a lot of money, and especially TikTok, like you get paid now on Instagram too for just posting and getting views. Like once you reach a certain amount of, I guess, like followers, every time you get a view or a like, you get paid for it. So it's people are just making money just off of posting now, not even advertising, like just posting. So yeah, boys, get
I was gonna say, yeah, anything you can do on our side of things, you know, we. Well, there's operations, Bill. That's you know, it's 2021. That's accepted. We can do anything you want, Bill. Anything you want, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
But it is kind of an interesting. It feels like if you have some aspirations and a little bit of hustle in you, and you're good looking, like you can go make a career just kind of being online.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if that's good or bad. It is what it is, and it's nice to see you've taken the bull by the horns and gone, all right, well, I can turn this into like a career I want to do, which is cool.
Well, originally I wanted to be the Erin Andrews or the person on the sideline with the microphone, but then I realized I could just do it all from home and do it online and build my own brand, and honestly, I think make more money. So
good for you. I mean, and it is a world that's changing. That's definitely going to go that way, one way or another. I mean, we're in the streaming wars. It'll be interesting when history looks back at this time of TV and sports and everything. What
it will be. It's scary too. I'm like, what if Instagram gets deleted tomorrow? Then
I'm sure you'll do fine. Right? Don't worry about it.
What did you say, Bill?
I mean, TikTok almost did, right?
Yeah. That had me like emotional. I was pissed. I spent all my COVID building up my TikTok. But yeah, I think it's all, and then what's nice is even if there is like MySpace, Facebook, all those other things, there's always going to be a new platform, and then you take your following from one and you bring it on to the next. So
yeah, just got to keep moving. Bill tried to do the model thing on MySpace when it first came out in '99, and I don't know if you have any, I don't know if you have any ideas why it didn't work out, but we've been throwing them against the wall for years.
You got to see some of those old pictures.
It's all attitude, Bill. You have too much of negative attitude. You have to have positive attitude, like Amanda.
Sorry, guys.
Wait, so do you guys are all Patriot fans. Are you happy with Mac Jones?
Anything's better than Cam Newton.
You're walking us down a big rabbit hole right now.
I don't have enough drinks in front of me to start this conversation.
Oh, I do. Let's go.
I mean, actually, let me ask you this question about from a football expert, football standpoint. What is your expert opinion on watching Cam Newton on the Patriots last year and to go from here?
Well, when the season started, I was into it. He was running in touchdowns. I picked him up in fantasy. And then I just think, right? Well, I got rid of him.
I'm just gonna.
But I thought it was genius at first. I was like, this is perfect. They're run heavy. He'll scramble and he just looked like a lost puppy there. And like I was saying before, when you guys started throwing in like Stidham, and you just burned his confidence. And I mean, Belichick can't be an easy guy to be like on his shit list. So poor guy, I felt so bad for him. Like keep him in and let him make mistakes, or take him out and let another guy make mistakes. But I just felt like if they're not doing it like an Urban Meyer switching in Braxton Miller and how he's switching them out, that's just going to kill their confidence. So I do think his years are probably done. He's done. But
sucks, Amanda. Come on, you can say it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, but in my opinion, I think you need to start him this year and let Jones develop for a minute, because if you throw Jones in too quickly, then you're looking at I think
he's kind of like a
top season
chubby
Baker when
champion.
Do you think they should start Mac Jones like right off?
Week 5. No, week 5.
No. Okay.
Okay, so like a Tyrod Baker situation against the Jets on Thursday Night Football. I remember when Baker came in, it was like, oh, they're playing a shitty team. Tyrod was not doing great, or I think he maybe got injured. I don't know. But he needs to sit for a little bit. Even Tua, like, I didn't even like what they did there. I thought they did Ryan
because Tua sucks.
Dirty.
Yeah, they did Ryan Fitzpatrick dirty. He was
Very
playing
dirty.
fine, and like they should have sat him like come week 14 when historically he turns into a pumpkin.
Right. And if something's not broke, don't try to fix it. And I feel like that's how, they fucked up there in Miami. And I'm interested to see what you guys are going to do, but I think it's a no-brainer to start Cam Newton.
Well, that's my concern with Cam is like I think that
But if
they've
he
done a
starts
lot.
hot-
Well, yeah, they've paid $500 million on to improve their roster. If they start out winning games not because of Cam, then Belichick is not going to want to move on from him. So, and then you're put in a situation where, when do you bring the kid in? When do you not bring the kid in? I don't know. I think Cam's cashed. I don't think he was ever a great thrower. He's never going to be a great thrower, and he's lost a step running, and he can't read a defense. Never could. So
I just think, I think the Patriots, people forget that 8 of their not of their best, but 8 defensive players sat last year too. I feel like nobody really talked or opted out. Nobody talked about that. So with those guys coming back and all of the moves and things that you guys did in free agency, I agree with you. I think the team may look better all around at first, maybe with Cam, and then people may start to think, oh, is Cam playing better? But it could just be all the pieces around him coming together. Guys got some good tight ends now, some easy options for him to pitch the ball to. So he might throw.
5 yards is pretty deep downfield for him.
Tight ends are magical sometimes. But.
So actually, this is actually a really beautiful segue to my next question. Ray, and as a Steelers fan, I want you to do a quick ranking or a quick who's the best. And we're almost out of time here, but who is the best quarterback from Steelers history?
Barry Bradshaw.
Well, hold on. Well, statistically, let me just give you the statistics.
Ben Roethlisberger.
In Pittsburgh, the greatest quarterback of all time is actually Tom Brady, which so you need to take that into consideration.
I thought you meant like
the greatest quarterback to play in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
and don't feel bad. He's also the greatest in Buffalo, obviously New England.
28-3 against Buffalo.
He smoked the Steelers. It wasn't.
Do you remember the Jesse James touchdown?
I was at the game.
He dropped it.
No. The next day they put it in the rule book. And then it's not like that killed us.
You're complaining about rules?
It was after the season, but it was counting.
That changed everything because that was who we played. We had to play. I think it was the Jags, who at the time were like our.
It was the Jaguars, yeah.
We couldn't beat them, so that was it changed the seeding. It changed everything, and that still to this day pisses me off and makes me think that the commissioner is. Something's going on.
At least you got the interception, though. But here's Bill, hold on, because I was at that game, and that play did change the rules in season, which the NFL never admitted. But the Super Bowl against the Eagles, the Eagles caught 2 touchdowns, were very similar fashion that they called touchdowns that they would have called incomplete in the regular season. And that Jesse James play was why. So the Roger Goodell, it's really funny coming from anti-Patriots fans and Patriots fans, how they think the league thinks about New England. And, it's fine. We win so damn much that we're used to it. I just think it's funny that Brady holds some of the best records in Pittsburgh, even though you have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah, and do you think
Brady was the best? Brady is like the best record everywhere, though. I mean,
he's dead to us, so we don't have to talk about him anymore.
Okay, so you guys don't like him. I was gonna ask.
I hate Tom Brady. Ray still likes him.
I don't like him. Nope.
He wears his wife's.
So who'd you root for in the Super Bowl, Ray?
I wish that no one would play, that the game was canceled because of the pandemic.
The news snapped at halftime for Ray.
It was so sad. It was the saddest Super Bowl of all time.
It almost made it.
Was the 70s the easiest time to win a Super Bowl? No free agency. Guys weren't built like they are today. Like, if you were to win in the past, 20 years, do you think that is more of a crowning achievement for an organization?
Newsflash, this is the section where we shit on you for being
we're just shitting on you for being a Steelers fan.
Steroids help.
I can shit on you guys too. I mean, I feel like 2 years ago you could ask me all of this, but now you're on the downward spiral, and so I don't know. And don't
we have
say
a quarterback
we
of the future. Who you got? Mason Rudolph? Come on, please. Child, please.
I don't think he's – and I was at that game. I was at that game in Cleveland, that helmet game. I was sitting there, and I'll tell you, that was the best way Cleveland could have won possible because the whole city was so pissed. The next 2 days, it was on replay at every bar at ESPN. Cleveland was so unhappy. It was the most Cleveland win of all time. That was actually great. And believe it or not, I kind of like the guy. I know I like him more than Dwayne Haskins, and I'm a Buckeye fan, but they do not turn out in the NFL.
So you just root for bag teams? Is that what your motto is in life?
No, can I
Are
ask
you
a real?
Are you from Alabama too? Like what?
Come
Roll
on,
Tide.
we don't actually know that college football exists in New England. Can I ask you a real question, Amanda?
Sure.
How much time did you spend in Pittsburgh? Like, how much time do you know the city of Pittsburgh well? And I asked the question because that Jesse James game, when they lost, it was the highest attended game in Pittsburgh Steelers history.
Mhm.
And at 9 p.m., the whole city shut down, or so we thought. I think they refused to serve us as Patriots fans. We
Like,
could
go
not
home.
get a
Go
dinner.
home.
We couldn't get a dinner anywhere.
You
They
couldn't
just
get any coleslaw on a
nothing was
anything?
open. I don't know if that's regular
Like
fanfare or if it's just like
Yeah, Philly was like that
It
too.
was the same thing
Patriots
with
have
Philly.
killed us. We have to shut down for a while, or if that's what they just treated us wrong. Do you know?
I don't spend okay, so I go up to Pittsburgh every year for games. I don't go there when there's not football on. My dad is from up there, so my dad would knows more about Pittsburgh than me. But
Get your dad on.
I
You
spent
need to know
some
these questions.
I spent some time up there, that's for sure. I went up there this year though, and I hated it. During the pandemic, every time you order a drink, you had to get food every time. So every
Yeah.
beer, you needed to order a hot dog. Literally, I had so many fucking hot dogs that weekend because it's the cheapest.
Sounds like Bill's life.
to order. It was terrible.
Red snappers, baby.
The Pennsylvania liquor laws are some of the most convoluted, stupid
Yes,
shit in the world.
before the games, it's impossible to get beer.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
they have drive-up liquor stores?
No. So Pennsylvania just passed the law 2 years ago that you could buy beer in that regular store. Before you had to go to the depot and buy it in like 30 packs, and that was it. Or you could buy a 6-pack from the bar, but you had to pay draft prices for the 6-pack. So it was like $30 for a 6-pack.
Dude, we had to do
It
that
was a
in Philly,
wild
right?
experience. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's why
Steelers
we're in the
and
ghetto
Eagles-
in Philly.
Yeah, we had to go to the depot.
Okay, Amanda, back on track here. Real question, two last questions here. So, or maybe just one. Let me. We've talked about fantasy. We've talked about traditional gambling. Do you have a preference over the two? Are you? You're specifically football, and obviously fantasy probably runs football runs the fantasy world. So, if you were, do you kind of dabble in both equally, or where do you land there?
So you're saying like if I'm watching a game and I have players in fantasy, but then I also have a bet on the game. Yeah. So that's like my life.
Conflicting. That's
Football
tough.
season, that is me. And I'm also a crazy fan. So I root against literally everybody who could be in our path to success.
Yeah.
So I'm all over the place. Obviously I'd rather get my bets right and just say fuck fantasy football, but there's some I know, believe it or not.
And you want to keep your eyebrows. So
I do want to keep
You could draw
your
That's
career
funny.
literally
That's a good
rests
one.
on you keeping your
That's
eyebrows.
a good one. I think Impractical Joker said that, and that's where we stole it from. But regardless, I try to do everything. There are some nights where I'm like, fuck yeah, backdoor cover. He got the touchdown. My team won. There's maybe last year there were a few more than normal because we won a lot. Maybe 5 weeks where I was like, this is a perfect week. I won fantasy. My bets were pretty good. The Steelers won. But there's a lot of times where I'm conflicted. But I'll always go for the gambling shit because at the end of the day, I have now 500,000 people taking my bets and like it's a pride thing. It's a trust thing. And it's a, I don't want to look like I'd rather look like an idiot in front of these 12 assholes than
Yeah.
everybody.
Perfect
1000%.
segue right there for you. I follow you on social media for your sports knowledge, of course. You're talking about Najee Harris big time, almost like he's going to be the next Jim Brown. Take him in the first round. Tell me why I should draft him in my fantasy draft.
Oh, hell, you should. I told
Alabama running back.
coming.
Upset.
I told everybody he was coming to the Steelers way during the national championship game. And I was actually sitting with a bunch of Browns fans and they were like, you guys won't be able to get him. He's going to go too early. He dropped. We got him. Motherfuckers, you guys are lucky because the Dolphins were going to get him. And then you would have been stuck with him for years.
No, they would have just made him shitty.
I'll tell you why. Because our offensive line may be bad, but he can hurdle. He can hurdle over people. So it doesn't matter. He'll jump over you. He's also got you see how he's built. The guy is a maniac and he's so athletic. And Big Ben, we throw the ball more than any other team last year. But now I have a feeling that's why we go to Buffalo week 1. I think we're going to run it down their throats and surprise them because we have somebody to handle the ball. So you guys don't understand. We were last in the league.
Respect to Connor's name, okay? Come on.
He's not there anymore.
Pick him up because
No,
here's
but he
another
was
thing.
there last year.
We don't like committees. I don't think we're going to use Snell, or we just picked up a guy from the Lodge or whatever from the Dolphins too. We're not going to give him the ball. It's going to be Najee's game. And why I would take him is because there's so often, fuck all of the Patriots running backs. I will never pick any of them up.
Fantasy wise, absolutely.
That's his greatest. Yeah, that's great.
Hell no. But there's, it's just going to this one guy. Unless we take Le'Veon Bell and swap it out, I don't know. He's going to be getting all the touches. So.
Bus City.
And if Big Ben goes down, knock on everything around me, there's a big chance, not that he goes down, but that if he does, Mason Rudolph or whatever doof they put in is just going to hand him the ball until he can't run anymore.
Activity, and
so
then
if you don't believe in Big Ben,
have.
if you don't believe in Big Ben and him staying healthy, pick up Najee Harris because he's going to get that many more touches.
So you sounds like Saquon Barkley, and you saw what happened to him last year, right?
I know.
All right,
Yeah, but that was not Saquon's rookie year. That was 2 years in there, Ray. So
I'm just saying that she's
Not
saying
2
a
years.
big running back who can hurdle over, doesn't have an offensive line. That's Saquon Barkley, and he didn't do much.
that's a
I
good
do
fantasy pick.
I do think we have a better line than people think. I mean, we waited to address it in the draft, which scared the hell out of me. We took a tight end second round, but I do like the big ass fucking center we got. I think we have some Zach Banner's coming off of an injury. There's some pieces that are coming back in. I do think we are and Ben is now releasing the guy who used to take the longest in the pocket is now getting the ball out quicker than
Okay,
any
all right.
Where are you playing Villanueva this year?
Good question.
What did you say?
Where are you playing Villanueva this year?
Isn't Villanueva on the Ravens?
Just checking. Go ahead.
Yeah, and guess who he's lining up against?
Hold on, but Amanda.
Guess
So
who
hold
he's
on.
lining up against? T.J. Watt. He's on the right. So
I
watch
just
it.
need to like, okay. So clearly, big Steelers fan. A lot of confidence in the Steelers here. Big Ben looked like he doesn't suck. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But last year and the years prior, like he's breaking down. He looked like a walking coffin. Like you can't rely on Big Ben to be Big Ben. And also, second question, follow up. Juju is not a number one wide receiver. So
You don't need him to be. He understands his role too.
I love the
That's
fandom.
Wow.
I love the
Wow.
fandom.
I love it.
This is why fans are fanatics, and this is why New England fans are different because we hate
He is
our team
humble.
even when they win all the time. We hate them, and you love them even though they lose constantly.
They barely lose.
They were the most overrated team last year. When did they go 11-0?
What was the last time you went to the Super Bowl?
lose. That's the best way to describe a Steelers
Listen,
fans experience
Ben's
with
going
that.
out with 7. We're
Who do you
going
think's
out
gonna have a record this year? Steelers or Patriots?
What did you say?
Who do you think's gonna have a better record, the Steelers or the Patriots?
Tough. We have a very tough schedule, but I think we play better against tough teams. Actually, I mean, you
Except
guys
in
have
the
played
playoffs.
Bills twice. So here's the thing: I think the Patriots and the Steelers, division-wise, have the same challenge because I'd say the Bills are equivalent to the Ravens, and I'd say the Dolphins are maybe equivalent to the Browns as far as strength of schedule. So we both have to play them twice, and then you got the Jets and the Bengals. So I'd say
Put some respect on Joe Burrow's name. Thank you very much.
I'd say they will have probably a similar record, but I mean, I'd have to go with the Steelers
Of course you would.
because I'm a Steelers fan, and this is do or die for us. You have a new guy who, like, I know that it's win now mentality always in New England, but you can at least, in 2 years from now, if he has a decent season, let's say he pulls a Justin Herbert and has great numbers, and even though you guys don't win, you feel good about the future. It's do or die right now. So Big Ben and the Steelers are going to give it literally all they have. So that's why I think we have.
Mac Jones will be a better draft pick than Najee Harris this year. Go ahead.
All right, hold on. So allow me to answer my own question for you, man. And this is based on me and Bill because Ray is a gigantic brain dead homer when it comes to New England sports.
It's true.
If we were to ask the question, who will have a better record, the Patriots or the Steelers, we're probably more inclined to say the Steelers because we understand that the Patriots are in a bad space, and we understand that Mac Jones or Cam Newton, either one, you're probably looking for trouble at least to start the year. Ray will probably say the
AFC
Patriots
East
are going
champions.
undefeated and catch me at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Which is interesting to say.
We're in a situation too. I mean, I really do. As much as I
mean, your guys are in a bad situation. You need to get a quarterback. Big Ben's
I'm
going
looking
down,
that's
baby.
why I'm saying I'm looking at this year, and I do think as long as Big Ben is in there, he's a we're contenders.
Would you trade one? Would you trade one rapist for another in Deshaun Watson?
Alleged.
Alleged. I'm sorry. It's alleged.
You know, I made that joke months ago. I said, we welcome you with open arms. Come on over. I don't care what they do in their off time. If they win me games and they're in black and yellow, I'm a fan.
I said I'd give Bill a hand job if you made that Deshaun Watson trade, so I get it.
Bill, the Steelers have good representation in their law department.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, with
they could get a shot off.
Ravens, and I mean, I could go on and on.
I'm just saying. All right. Well, this has been so much fun, man. Talking football is always a blast. The floor is going to be yours now. Tell us all about Bookies Edge, bookies.com, everything that you got going on. Where can we find you? Where can we follow you this year? We'd love to stay in touch with you and talk some football as the season comes up. But the floor is yours. Tell us all about where we can follow you this year.
Yeah, well, you can follow me personally. Amanda Casey Vance is my Instagram. You can follow Bookies. They get free picks every day. They're super awesome. It's Bookies USA is their Instagram. And if you want expert picks, they do baseball, basketball, NHL, football, you name it. You can subscribe to Bookies Edge, and they will give you top-notch picks. They're always winning people money. Like I said, they're on people's side, which is so awesome. They want you to win. They're not trying to screw you. And the free bets are awesome. So I recommend following them and just looking. And I give away free picks too, always on my story. And when they're not football and the Steelers, you know, I'm not biased. I actually do try to win. I'm only biased. If you take my Steelers picks though, then
it's on you.
It's on you. But I'm going to be a
Those
lot
are
of fun this football season. I'm going to be traveling and dancing all over other people's logos. So everybody follow me.
Oh, don't go Kyrieing on us right now. That'll put you in the doghouse real quick on the logo thing. Amanda, thank you so much. We'll post it obviously and get all the links out and everything else. We'll be in touch and
awesome.
Yeah,
you guys are awesome. Thank you.
We'll stay in touch. See ya.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Oh, she was quick to get.
Oh, she got out of there quick.
I thought that was you. This has been really fun. Go fuck yourselves.
That was the fastest exit that we've had ever. I think she had a meeting to catch.
Yep. Mm-hmm. She had an 8:30.
She got the fuck out. All right. Well, that's fine.
That was
fine. Steelers.
How do you even get out that quick? She didn't reach. She did nothing.
She went.
It was predetermined.
She had her cursor on the X, ready to go.
I'm assuming she has a team that just ends everything. I don't think it was personal against us at all.
Trouble in my eyes. I'm just looking for another